G'day guys, in today's lesson what we're going to look at doing is writing in index form and writing in expanded form. Now index form might be a new term or some new language that you're not familiar with, so make sure you pay attention. That way when you come into class and we go through this in more detail that you have some idea of what's going on. So you can see up here under our expanded form heading we've got 2 times 2 times 2. Now that's an example of repeated multiplication, so it's the same number being multiplied by itself. Now instead of writing it in expanded form, we can simplify that and we can write it in what we call index form. So I'm going to write up our index form for 2 times 2 times 2. Now we know that 2 is the number that's being multiplied by itself. Now we call this the base. Okay, we write that as our big number out the front. This is our base, or our number or our letter that's being multiplied by itself. Now in this case it's being multiplied by itself 3 times. So we would say 2 to the power of 3 or 2 cubed. Okay? Now this little 3 at the top, we've got 3 different names we can call that. We can call it the power, and that's often what I use. We can also call it the index, and we can also call it the exponent. So in this first example we have 2 to the power of 3. Okay, when we expand that, we put our multiplication sign back in, it becomes 2 times 2 times 2. Now in our second example we have a to the power of 5 written in index form. Now we're going to write that in expanded form. We know that our base is now a letter, not a number. It's a letter and it is a. And it's being multiplied by itself 5 times. So our expanded form is actually going to be quite lengthy. A times A times A times A. Now you can see why we have index form, because imagine if we've got a to the power of 10 or 20 or 30, okay, we'd be taking up, our whole book just writing out this expanded form. So it's really important that you know how to move, okay, from expanded form into index form and what the index form represents. Now our last example here, we've got 2 different variables. We've got y multiplied by y. So we'll start with our base of y first. Now y has been multiplied by itself twice. Y to the power of 2 or y squared. Now our second variable is b. We can see that it's been multiplied by itself 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to write multiplied by b to the power of 3 or b cubed. Now in algebra we know that if we've got 2 variables next to each other, if we want to write this expression in its most simplified form, we're going to get rid of the multiplication. So therefore our answer will be y to the power of 2, b to the power of 3. There's a few questions for you to have a go at now. Okay, have a crack. If you have any questions or you're unsure of anything, bring those questions to class. Good luck.